Hey everybody, welcome back. Devin the OG, the original Grognard here for Lock and Load Publishing, and wow, we haven't done this in a long time. We are actually back at the table, virtually, of course, and what are we taking a look at? We are taking a look at Heroes of the Bitter Harvest. That's right. It's finally gone to crowdfund. It's over on Gamefound. Link will be in the description below. So go check it out. Support us. We really would appreciate it. Yeah, don't comment on that dashing individual with a goatee on the cover. I don't know who that is. Um, so we figured we'd go ahead and do a little gameplay just to kind of show people what is in a little bit of what's in Bitter Harvest, some of the new styles of scenarios that we've got, and just kind of show off things. So this is obviously the tabletop simulator module, and it will be available, and it will come with one scenario, which is the one I'm showing off right now. And that scenario is Queen's Pawn to Queen's 3. So let's go over the description a little bit. West of Vornyas, if I can pronounce that right, USSR, June 28, 1942. Artillery announced the beginning of Blau 1, an intense 30-minute barrage supported with the Luftwaffe conducting concentrated airstrikes against Soviet defensive positions and lines of communication struck the stunned Soviets. As German guns shifted to further targets, the armor spearheads of nearly 35 divisions rolled forward. The 9th Panzer Division had the task of clearing the main road to Vorzhnev. At 1000 hours, the first reconnaissance elements of the division moved forward. The armored thrusts of Army Group B were tasked with enveloping and encircling the Soviets, but first they had to know exactly where the Soviets were. What do we got here? The Soviets, Forward Elements 121st Rifle Division. They've got 7 squads, a couple machine guns, 1 anti-tank rifle, a couple 45mm ATGs, some foxholes, and a couple leaders. The Germans are elements of the 59th Motorcycle Battalion, 9th Panzer Division, and they're going to be entering on turn 1 from the west, and they've got 9 motorcycle infantry units. They've got 3 machine guns. There's 1 8-wheeled armored car with them, and they have some 81mm artillery support and 3 leaders. Actually, for 9 squads, that's kind of pretty heavy with the leaders. That's okay. They're probably going to need it. So let's look at the back or the rest of the scenario. Scenario essentials, playable area, use map 79 and 82, hex row 82XX8, and 79XX1 is the north map edge, and you can kind of see that with the with the map diagram below. Scenario length 6 turns. Germans have initiative on turn 1. Victory conditions to win. The German must control 2 of the objective markers. See scenario special rule 2. Any other result is a Soviet victory. Motorcycle units. Special scenario rules. When mounted, the German motorcycle units can carry support weapons but cannot fire them. Basically, the German motorcycle infantry had their inherent machine guns that you've seen the pictures of the machine gun with the sidecar. The support, and that's inherent in the counter itself. The extra support weapons are just extra machine guns that were carried, and they, because they were not mounted onto the sidecars, you can't really fire those machine guns. So when the infantry dismounts, they do have machine guns that they take with them. So they can carry the support weapons, but they can't fire them when they're on the motorcycles because their firepower is considered inherent on the counter. Okay, now this, I was a little bit happy with this objective in this scenario special rule because this has got some variability to it. Objectives: before the Soviet setup, the German player must take 2 objective markers and place both of them anywhere on board 79. They must be at least 1 hex away from any board edge and be at least 4 hexes from any other objective marker. Then the Soviet player takes 1 objective marker and places anywhere board. You know, it says CB3. It's an older edit. We're getting that fixed. It's supposed to be 79. Following the same placement restrictions as the German player, at the start of turn 4 before initiative is rolled, the Soviet player removes 1 objective of his choice. All right, so basically, and I went ahead and already set up. So the German player went ahead and put 1 objective right there because, hey, he wants the objectives easy for him to grab. So we're going to put that, 1 hex away from the board edge. And then he's going to put the other objective. Again, he's going to want to put the objective as easy as the place he can get it. So he put his second objective right there, which is 4 hexes away from each other and 1 hex from the board edge. And then the Soviets got to place an objective. And of course, they want to make it as hard as possible for the Germans. So they put it all the way back here, behind blocking wheat fields and then the Soviets went ahead and set up. So they set up defensive positions as much as they could. They've got one of the 45 millimeter anti-tank guns right here, which is basically going to be covering down this road and try to, maybe pick off any sneaky Germans that try to sneak up around this way. Right here, and I love showing this off, we got the exploding stack option here in Tabletop Simulator. So you can explode out the stack and see everything that's in there. So we got the Foxhole leader, DP-28 machine gun, and a couple squads. So they're going to be covering objective B. Move that a little bit. Then we got another Foxhole up here. Let's go ahead and let's do the exploding stack again because I love doing that. So we got a leader, machine gun, and one squad. And we got a squad up here. Yeah, the Soviets can set up as far as anywhere east of 82D, which is basically this line right here. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, there's a part of some philosophy, and some of the playtesters thought, let's go with a forward defense. Now, you can, but there's a lot more Germans than there are Russians, and the Germans have got a lot of firepower. You're not going to stop the Germans. You're probably, okay, let me put it this way. You're probably not going to stop the Germans. Germans did not get stopped very often when the Soviets went with a forward defense. So that's why I kind of like more of a reserve defense. Anti-tank guns way in the back, covering one of the objectives. And what do we got here? Again, explode stack. Just to keep the Germans honest, to keep them from trying to sneak over here. And if necessary, I mean, if these guys have to reposition, they're at least covered with some block or obscuring terrain with the light forests and the wheat fields here. So they could reposition over to these woods or maybe pull back to these wheat fields here. I kind of like this defensive setup. Sometimes I'll put foxholes a little bit more forward, covering the first objective that the Germans will put down. But basically on turn 4, the Soviets get to remove whatever objective they want. So usually they want to remove the one that either the Germans have already captured or are in threat of capturing and not going to be able to hold on to. More often than not, it's usually the most forward objective markers. Sometimes if the Germans will go for a quick flanking move, it might be one of those. But so it kind of represents the fog of war in the art of reconnaissance, which is, basically when you get down, is going out and getting shot so your buddies know where the bad guys are. But in this case, it's the Germans don't know where the Soviet positions are, so the reconnaissance is going out. Now, they may think they know. It's like, all right, well, we think the Soviets may be focused here or here or here. They're not really sure, so they got to go out, find it. Then, of course, turn 4, the Soviets remove the objective. It's like the Germans realize, okay, that's not a position that's important anymore. We got to move on to these other positions that we think are important. And then, follow-up armored divisions or armored units would do their thing. All right, so that's the Soviets. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Germans. So, as I said, we've got some motorcycle infantry. We don't see a lot of motorcycle infantry mounted units in World at War. No, wrong game system. In Lock and Load Tactical. So I figured, okay, this is a new module. Let's go ahead and throw a bunch of motorcycle infantry in there. Between this and the expansion enemy at the gates, I think there's 4 scenarios that focus on motorcycle infantry and the mounted units. Although, admittedly, one of them is the Germans are already dismounted from their motorcycles, so and they can't mount them during the scenario. So I'm not sure if that worked, but I mean, you still get to use some 144 Germans, really short range, but they got assault, move, and fire. You don't see that a lot in a lot of World War II forces. Maybe special paratroopers, I think, and a few other units, but yeah, normal rank and file don't get the assault move very often. So it's kind of cool to play around with. They've got 9 squads of motorcycle infantry, and they've got an 8-wheeled armored car right here, which you would think it'd do normally real good against infantry because it's got 3 shots from the 20 millimeter, and it's got the 2 machine gun. So it could potentially put out 4 different shots per turn, but again, you got to remember, Soviets have got 45 millimeter ATGs, which honestly, let's take a look at the back. Yeah, armor 3 at range 5 or less. They're gonna probably chew that armored car up and spit it out like it was nothing, because at the front it's only got a 1. So I mean, yeah, those 45s are probably going to punch through that thin armor. So the armored car is going to have to try to do what it can to stay alive. So anyways, we start off, Germans have initiative. Let's take a look at the setup. How do I want to approach this? We know the first objective that I get to, the Soviets are just going to remove on turn 4 anyway. So we probably want to hit that hard and fast so we can move on to the next objective. So, and as I've always said, reconnaissance is the art of going out and getting shot so your buddies know where the bad guys are at. We're just going to start off with a single motorcycle unit, bring him on, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do I want to get shot at? Yeah, well, let's go ahead and get shot at. 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll grab that objective. And, of course, the Soviets will fire. I'm going to put that there. That squad will op fire, so it's got 1 firepower. Firing a unit that's moving, that's 2 in the open. No other modifiers. Germans don't get any modifiers for defense because they're moving, so it's a 2 to 1 or 2 to 0. Roll a d6. Let's see. So the Soviets end up with 7. Germans end up with a 2. Difference of 5. Morale check -5. That's not good. That's because their morale is only 5. So d6 plus 5 is 11. It isn't quite double, almost, so that is going to shake them. Could have sworn. Oh. I was about to say, I swear I pulled out some shaking counters. Yeah, they're on the back side of the counter. So they're shaken, and that's going to be the end of that. And as you can already see, whatever defenses the front line had, aside from this little stack here, are almost gone. And that's just moving 1 squad up. So now we know, uh-oh, there are Soviets out there. Let's be a little bit careful. Again, reconnaissance is the art of going out and getting shots of your buddies. Let's do... What do we want to do? We want to assault move with those? No, you know what? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I don't want to dismount, so let's go ahead and keep moving. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Brush, wheeled. Let's take a look at our terrain effects chart. We have brush on here. Brush with, oh no, those are infantry. So, oh, that's a good question. Yeah, it is. It is considered infantry. So 1 point into there. Yeah, we're good. We're done. We're going to be done moving with them. I didn't draw any fire. We know these guys are here, so let's see if we can draw some fire with them. Which poor hapless leader? Sergeant Wolf. Sergeant Wolf, you guys are going to go ahead and get shot at. So, ooh. How are we going to get around? What's a wheat field? Is a wheat field on here? Wheat field's not on our. Flip it. Oops, no. Next page. Wheat field. 2 movement points. All right. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think we're going to 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. They got a machine gun there. Let's see. Explode stack. They do have a machine gun, so range of the infantry is 4. Those annoying Mazon Nagats were not real good beyond few hexes. They got the DP-28, which is 1 dice. We already saw what 1 firepower is able to do to these guys. But it's going to be degrading, firing through the bush. No, let's just leave them right there and unload them, jump them off the motorcycles next time. So what do we got left? We got Sergeant or Lieutenant Garner. He's our big boy, and let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that's. Oops. I think that's good right there. I mean, I could upfire from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's range 7. +1, +2 for moving. So 2 to. Oh, he's in the brush though. So that'd be 2 to 1. Line of sight would be going through the brush. It would be 2 to 2. It'd be an even dice roll. No, we don't want. The Soviets are going to hold their fire. And now we have oops, Sergeant Fitz, not Fritz, Fitz. Who is that dashing individual? Looks like somebody we all know. Let's go ahead and, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and send him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, no, 18. If I pop out there, I could get shot from here. No? 2? Well, where's my, whoops. There we go. Yeah, it'll be through, let's make sure I'm in the center. That'll be through 2, so I could get there, but I don't think we want to risk it yet. No, you know what? Let's go ahead and push it. He's not going to be able to shoot at me there because 2 obscurings will block the line of sight. So we'll move there and put that there and put that there. I mean, honestly, every time I'm moving these, I should be allowing the Soviets, but the Soviets are in defensive positions. They're probably not going to respond. So, I mean, I should have been bouncing back and forth. But, you know, he's done there. It does bounce over the Soviets. You know what? We're going to go ahead and fire with this stack. Just because the Germans are done, and I'm going to lose sight on them at the beginning of the next turn anyways. Just because of the way sight works. So 1, 2. So we got 2 firepower plus the lieutenant. That Machno, that is actually one of our customers. He went over to the Lock and Load Publishing forums, and we've got a subject matter over there of becoming a counter in the game, and you just go to the thread, read it. He actually posted it. He wanted to be a Soviet. It's like, all right, cool. I'll put him as in as a young. Okay, maybe Soviets don't have red hair, but come on. Again, we put a lot of our customers into it just because we like our customers. So that is actually a real person. And he managed to make his way into. Actually, we've got 2 of them actually, we got more than that in this scenario. Most of the leaders in this game are real people. Let's see, where is it right there? Nope. Is it right there? No. Oh, he's up here. He's up here. Okay. Sergeant Lloyd. Yes, I know Lloyd isn't a really good Russian name, but that appearance is that's a Russian soldier right there. Gotta love that beard. And again, another customer that we were able to make into a counter. And Lieutenant Garner is one of our customers. I think that's actually an associate, a friend of the company. Sergeant Wolf, I think that was one of Ivan's friends. Ivan was the artist who did the artwork. I think Sergeant Wolf is his. And then of course this scraggly looking individual here. That's Mo. From Mo's game table. So yeah, if you wanna have run the chant, you can't actually become a counter unless you put in for it. So anyways, rambled on long enough. I wanted to kind of keep this kind of short. Didn't want to go too long. We are going to continue playing this in the. Oh, gee, I didn't even finish. I forgot to finish off the turn. So 2 firepower, 3 nothing in the open. So 3 to nothing. We've got a 4 to 4. Okay, so it's an even, so there's no effect. So that was a big goose egg for the Soviets. But yeah, that'll basically be the end of the turn. We will continue this playthrough. I didn't want to put out, a 2 hour video of me playing, and I probably rambled on too long at the beginning, anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this now, but we will continue this playthrough, and can get in a chance to take a look at the new Heroes of the Bitter Harvest, now on crowdfunding at Gamefound. Go check it out. Link will be in the comments section below. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comment section below. Talking to everybody later. See ya.